and welcome to the Wiretap Whisper Podcast, episode 4, presented by me, SammyASMR. If you're new to the podcast and watching for the first time, this is a creator-focused series of ASMR podcasts where I interview fellow ASMR creators and we discuss basically all things ASMR, their channel, and a bit about their personal life and just everything in between, really. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Today we are joined by the lovely CHEY ASMR.
Hi.
And I'm just going to give a brief introduction to CHEY and who she is, and then she can do the same, basically. So for those of you guys that are watching who don't know who CHEY is a Canadian ASMR content creator. She has just under 90 videos on her channel. She's currently got around 76,000 subscribers. And I think I'm right in saying that she's been making videos now for nearly 1.5 years. If I was to describe CHEY's style of ASMR content, it's more of an up-close vibe, but she showcases a wide variety of different triggers and video styles. So she's very versatile in her content. But that's a brief introduction, which I'm sure you could all find yourself. But more importantly, CHEY, who are you today?
And I said this is going to be a hard question, but now that it's here, I'm like, I don't really know what to say. Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind when I think about who I am, like the main thing that I see myself as a student, I'm third year. I'm just finishing my third year at university, and as I'm getting closer to the end, I feel like I'm having a mini identity crisis. Like it's coming to an end. I don't really know how to think of myself, but
Yeah,
student is definitely one of the main things that I see myself as, and I think one of the obvious ones is a content creator. I really just see myself as a student and a content creator. That's what I spend literally all my time doing. My days start at 7:30. I wake up and I immediately start doing all of my work. I'm an honors double major at my university, and I'm studying Indigenous studies and anthropology, more on the physical, biological side. So that takes up most of my days, and I'm lucky if I have like one day to film, which is today. So I try and take advantage of it, and I try to schedule everything that I do so that I have an equal amount of time to get all of my stuff done and still have time for things like this and creation, because that's something that's really important to me on top of academics.
yeah, and it really is a lot to balance. Like, I know just being a student in general is super tough and super like pressing on your mental health and stuff like that. But to not only do that and also run the channel is a lot. So I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for that, because it does take up a lot of time. Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, but good answer. I love that question, and I look forward to asking it every time, because people just have different takes, and that's the beauty of it. So yeah, so basically, for the duration of the podcast, we're kind of going to go through 3 sections. There's going to be like a past section, a present section, and a future section. So obviously, we're going to start with the past. And yeah, the first thing I want to talk about, CHEY, is that when I was looking at your channel, when you go to the About Me section, it said that your channel was made in 2018, but obviously you didn't start uploading till the beginning of 2020. And then what I took from that, and you can clarify obviously, is that you probably maybe like a big ASMR fan for a while, or maybe just a big YouTube fan. So yeah, could you clarify that? And also, like, what was your first experience of ASMR, I guess?
Wait, so clarify why my channel says it started in 2018?
Yeah, were you just a big YouTube fan in general? Were you
Um,
watching ASMR a lot in that time between
you
starting?
just unlocked a
Yeah,
memory. You just unlocked a memory.
yeah. Let's
Um,
talk about it.
ever since this kind of embarrassing. Ever since I was really little, like I want to say 12, like the middle school time, I was like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I'm going to make videos and I'm going to get a silver play button one day. So there, I have had multiple channels throughout my throughout my lifetime, and the first two or three channels before my ASMR one were all I oh my god, I wanted to be a beauty guru, like a raging beauty guru.
Yeah.
So I I started modeling when I was 11 or 12 as well. And I that's what kind of really kickstarted me into makeup. I was watching all of the really big beauty gurus on YouTube before a lot of them got canceled and whatnot. But I would watch a bunch of beauty gurus and I was like, no, I want to be like that. I want to be like you. So I started a couple channels and the 2018 was the most recent one, but then obviously that's long gone and now it's ASMR content. And my first experience with ASMR was a couple of years ago. It was in my first year of university, and I could not sleep for the life of me. I was so stressed out. I was so anxious about the workload because it was a huge transition from high school to first year, and it was really overwhelming. I didn't really know how to handle myself or how to cope really well.
Hmm.
And I saw one of ASMR Glow's videos pop up on my like For You page, kind
Like
of the
like we
trending.
like we all do.
Yeah, I saw one of ASMR Glow's videos pop up. It was like, oh, this is directed for sleep. Like 99% of you will fall asleep to this video. Some kind of title like that. And I was like,
Hmm.
you know what? I've tried everything. I've tried counting all the sheep. I'm not going to bed. Let's try it. So I clicked it and I fell asleep like within 5 minutes. And personally, I have a difficult time getting like the tingles. Um, I don't get them that often, which is really sad, and I feel like I'm missing out on a lot. But it's not something that happens easily for me. So when I listen to ASMR, I don't normally get tingles, but I do get the euphoric feeling that comes along with it, and the
Hmm.
relaxation, the de-stressing, and I use it mainly to fall asleep. So if you're talking in terms of tingles, I cannot remember the first experience I had with that.
So,
But my first experience listening to ASMR was in first year, and it was with ASMR Glow, and she put me to sleep in an instant, and I fell in love with it.
yeah, you were like, who is this goddess on my screen?
Exactly. I was like, there's no way this is going to work. And it worked. I was so shocked.
Yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? I've completely forgot now. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, you were uh, you were born with the tingle immunity, which is tragic.
It is, it's tragic. It's like, why'd this have to happen to me? It's a curse.
Yeah, that's not good. um, but I mean, I guess the main thing is that it can still put you to sleep, and obviously in that moment,
Mhm.
it was a good outlet for you to help you relax your mind and get that sleep that you needed. So I love that.
Mhm.
So okay, so Shy's first experience was ASMR Glow, which I'm probably guessing like a lot of viewers it is someone like that as well.
Yeah.
Just because she's one of the biggest creators, right? So that makes sense. And um, I guess this might be like a stupid question, but what like you've obviously watched this video now. Kind of like what made you stay? Was it just like the success of the video that it was able to put you to sleep, and then you kind of got like lost in like an ASMR rabbit hole?
Kind of, yeah. I was really amazed with how fast it put me to sleep and how calm and soothed it made me feel after. Even though like the person in the video is not there actually taking care of you, even though it's virtually through a screen,
Hmm.
there still is that feeling of intimacy and connection with the creator when you're watching them. And I think that's what made me stay because even though obviously Glow wasn't there in my little dorm room with me, lulling me to sleep. Uh, she still managed to put me to sleep, and it was really nice. So I think that's what made me stay.
Yeah, I know what you mean about that. like connection. I think it's weird. Like if you think about it, I know people have done like in real life ASMR videos before, where they'll have like a friend sitting there. But it's like if I think about someone doing that in real life, would it have the same effect? Like, do you know what I mean? What do you think? Do you think it would still be able to put you to sleep, or is it more like there's like a placebo effect that you're kind of like in this environment with your phone, and it's like that's what does it, or do you think like live ASMR would work as well?
I'm not sure because I I think it is the environment that the creator chooses to make.
Hmm.
I think that plays a really big role in it because some videos like mine my lighting is like really bright right now and stuff, but some creators they have like really nice low lighting and it kind of just sets the mood and everything.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of planning that goes into setup or just trying to make the environment pleasing.
For sure.
Uh, so I think that plays a big role in it too. I don't really know if it would have the same effect on me in real life. I know sometimes when people will play with my hair, or, like scratch my head, or even just using that head scratcher thingy, like the one with the metal prongs
Oh
on
yeah,
like the back of your head.
I'll go
Oh
on.
my god, that gets me every single time. So things like that. If people did that, I guess like the classic in person kind of triggers, those ones would relax me or give me give me like kind of tingles, kind of chills.
Hmm.
But I think there is a certain kind of, I don't want to say vibe because like that's not what I'm looking for, but I'm going to say vibe anyway
I
because I
know.
can't think
I,
of the
I know what
word.
you mean.
There's a certain vibe to people's videos, which is really relaxing in and of itself, and I flock towards certain videos that have that really calming and really low light kind of really relaxing just kind of character to the video because
Hmm.
I think that plays a big role in the relaxation that the individual watching has.
Yeah. And the next question was, did it act as a mental outlet for you? And obviously it did, because you were like, super stressed and struggling to sleep. I know you're still going through your degree now. So is it still something that you use as like a mental health outlet for you at this point, or is it just like something to relax to? No.
It's everyone has their bad days, mental health wise, and now that exams are coming up, I have a couple coming up soon. I have one on Saturday and then one on Tuesday.
Good luck.
So thank you. I'm getting really nervous for them. So
Hmm.
I've been turning to ASMR a lot more to help me get those nerves out or like soothe them rather.
Yeah. Who do
Just
who
trying
do
to
who do you watch?
well you I watch you. Oh my gosh, there is this one video by Grace V that literally knocks me out every single time. I don't know if you've seen it,
I
but
think.
it is the like a southern stylist does your eyebrows.
Okay, no.
She put it out 8 or 9 months ago. I think I've watched it almost every single day for like 5 plus months or something. I can't stop watching it. There's something about it.
I love it.
There's her. There's one more that I watch religiously.
It's like
I
because
think
it's
it.
it's like you end up having these like a comfort video, right? And it's like, do I sit
Yes.
here and scroll through like all these things and try and find a good one, or do I just go back to my comfort pick? And that's obviously your comfort pick, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's a really big comfort video for
Yeah.
me. And if I need something that I know will put me to sleep or that I know will just help me relax, I definitely pick that one. But if I have free time in the day, then or free time whenever really, that's when I'll go through my subscriptions and I'll watch new videos by the creators that I'm friends with, or if I see something that looks interesting, I click it and I try and like comment on I try to comment on most videos that I watch because I know that like
It's
I don't
nice.
know, the hype is nice, especially like from other creators too. It builds a sense of
Yeah.
community, and it's nice to hear other people say nice things about you. So I try and spread that.
Yeah, no, yeah, as a smaller creator, I can definitely attest to that. Like, I don't know if you know, but if you have YouTube Studio, and uh, uh, I don't know what the threshold for it is, but basically, if someone that's like an established creator comments, it comes up with a notification saying they've commented, but it doesn't do it if like just some ordinary person comments. So like every time I see the notification, I'm like, oh, who's this like commenting on my video today? I don't know if you've seen that yourself, but that's the thing that happens with YouTube Studio.
I've seen it a couple of times, pops up in a different little section.
Yeah.
But recently I've turned on notifications for everyone that comments on YouTube Studio.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like talking to people, whether it's just saying thank you or liking the comments. I like engaging with people. So I turned it on recently to, I don't know, to try and engage more and be a little more
Yeah.
active with everyone who's commenting.
Yeah. I think if people are watching now from my channel, they'll know that I literally reply back to everything, unless someone's hating, and then they just get blocked and removed from the channel. But that doesn't happen a lot, thankfully. I guess that gets worse as you get bigger, unfortunately. Um,
Unfortunately.
yeah, that's one of the downsides. But yeah, it's like for me, obviously, when I started, it was kind of like let's just help other people, and people commenting things like, oh, I'm really stressed right now. Similar to you, I've got exams coming up, and this video helps calm me down. Like a comment like that, and it's like it's so fulfilling, right, as a creator.
It is.
Um, but just to go back a little bit, so you've watched your first ASMR video and it's glow, and then you've kind of got lost in more creators. Um, I guess you've already kind of touched on it because you did want to be a YouTuber growing up. But what were like the main motivations for starting your own ASMR channel?
It does tie into ASMR glow. I was really shocked at her ability to just like almost instantly put me to sleep and take away the negative emotions that I was feeling. And I've always wanted to help people in like in anything that I do, whether it be like a profession or a hobby or just like random acts of kindness. Like I take a lot of pride in helping people. It makes me feel really good. It's very fulfilling as we both said. Like it's
Yeah,
one of the amazing things about it, knowing that you're doing something that helps other people. Um so I saw how she was able to help me, and I had dwelled on the idea of starting a channel for a little while. Um and then I just kind of decided to say screw it and go for it. And because if she can help people, even if I only help one person,
exactly.
then
Yeah,
then I'm happy.
it,
I've done something. I've put some good into the world, and that's really fulfilling.
yeah. It's already like a mission accomplished at that point, right?
Exactly.
Um, and it's funny because Um, I think I've had three people on. You're the fourth, but the first three, I think I talked about it with one of them. They were like kind of like the boom, like the ASMR creator boom that kind of happened during like quarantine. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people decided like, okay, I've got all this spare time, like let's go for it. Obviously you started January 2020, so just before the pandemic.
Yes.
Um, so you didn't have that like driving force. Um, but yeah, it is nice just being able to give back to the
Hmm.
community that helped you. So it's nice to do the same thing,
Exactly.
and obviously that tied in with your aspirations of being a YouTuber as well, which I think I did for like when I was a kid. Like I've always watched video game videos on YouTube. Like mainly um, that's been like my main passion when it comes to YouTube, like watching them videos. And I thought about doing my own gaming stuff, but that space is very saturated.
Hmm.
And I guess the ASMR space is as well. But I looked at it, and you know, there's there's more female creators in the space than male creators. So like that kind of motivated me to do it as well. I don't know if you've seen that as well. Would you agree? Like there's more females than males?
Yeah, I would say that ASMR is a more female dominated little area on YouTube.
Yeah. And yeah, I want to get more, more males in. And I think obviously everyone does a really great job of being so supportive and welcoming. So, if you are a male and you are watching, go for it, do it. Just because, um, it's the space is mainly filled with females. That doesn't mean you can't. And like any walks of life, a lot of walks of life are male dominated. So if you are a female, don't let that stop you from doing what you want to do just because society says, this is a male dominated field, because, that's an archaic way of looking at things, and you shouldn't let that sway you. And I'm going to stop ranting about that because
Mhm.
I'll be there all day. So yeah, you've started your channel. Did you have any early expectations going into it, or was it just kind of like, let's just see how it goes? Like, this is a hobby.
Um, so when I made my first video, it was a random spur of the moment, like just kind of split decision, like I'm bored, I want to try something new, let's try it. And I had kept it secret. I didn't tell almost anyone that I watched and listened to ASMR within the first year that I watched it, because it's not a secret that there's a stigma around ASMR that well, at least the people close to me, they kind of saw it as weird a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, why are you watching that?
Mm-hmm.
And someone would see ASMR in my search bar and they would giggle. So that kind of like deterred me from talking about it openly, and I kept my channel secret for a couple of months actually, just because I wasn't ready to share it with the people close to me, just because I didn't want them to think that I was weird or anything.
No, I feel that.
But I didn't really have any expectations. I was really, really nervous when I uploaded my first video, and I actually uploaded it right before I had to bus to campus. So I would be distracted and I wouldn't have time to think about how it was doing or anything like that. So I uploaded it like the perfect time. And within the first couple minutes of it being uploaded, I got a comment and it was the sweetest thing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was really encouraging and it was really nice. And then shortly after that, like a couple more comments came in like that, and everyone was really, really nice. And then I stopped being so nervous. And then after I got a couple more videos under my belt, I decided, like, you know what, I don't need to keep this a secret anymore.
Yeah.
Even though people around me might not see it the same way I do, like that doesn't matter. There is a huge community out there that loves ASMR the way I do, loves ASMR even more than I do. Most likely, there's got to be some like diehard fanatics out there.
I've seen them.
Um,
I'm not going to
yeah.
name any names, but I've seen them.
But
We'll
yeah, I
talk. We'll
didn't really
talk about
have
that after.
any. I didn't have any expectations. I wanted to do it. I wanted to see what happened, and I was very pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. The community definitely surprised me that way, which I'm really, really grateful for, because I don't think if there wasn't that initial warm welcome, I don't know if I really would have continued, because I'm very critical of myself and the
Mm-hmm.
things that I do. So
Yeah.
if there was a negative reaction to the first video, I don't know if I'd be on your podcast right now.
No, and that's sad, isn't it? Because you've created something so
Right?
special. Um,
Exactly.
and what I would say is, um, yeah, I relate to what you're saying about, having this like bad stigma, or it's like ASMR's got like a bad name for itself, where it's kind of like a weird thing, right? And even as a
Yeah.
viewer, it would be something I don't think I've ever talked about it to anyone. I remember one time, I don't know how it happened, but it came up in a conversation with my friend, and she was like, "Oh, I watched that," and I was like, "What? Like, let's talk about it." And then obviously, I had someone to talk about it too. But even as a creator, it's hard to, um, come out with it. Um, and yeah, but it's just about, accepting the fact that you like it, and you being a part of a community, as a viewer, is that safe place to say, look, I'm amongst other people that like it too, and they accept me, and that's great. So, as Hilary Duff once said in a special film, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I don't know if you know what the that's from, but if you do, you get bonus points. No,
No, I don't know what that.
it's
I don't
from
know the film.
it's from a Cinderella story.
I've seen it, but I haven't
Yeah,
seen it in a very long time.
yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic. But yeah, like just do you in life, and I think the more that you
Mhm.
accept yourself to anyone watching, you might get that initial negative backlash, but it'll make you happier in the long run. Sticking true to who you are and the things that you like, regardless of what other people think about them. So I hope that helps you, kind of become one with your passions and interests as well. Um, the last thing I wanted to touch on was obviously, um, you know, I'm guessing Glow was a big inspiration to you, like you said, but was there anyone else that inspired you in the community or even outside the community as well? And I know you watched a lot of fashion and beauty YouTubers as well, right? I guess maybe they inspired you.
Um, I think the most inspirational people that well, for me in the beginning anyway, were definitely ASMR Glow. Mad's ASMR was a big one. I was really really into watching her videos
Hmm.
when I first started, and I took a lot of inspiration from her. Um, and then as time went on, I started getting a little bit more inspiration from Privy, some of the big names, and there was this one creator that I watched for a very long time, and I still do watch her. Uh, Patrona Gala. I really really like her videos, her content. I took some inspiration from her. Just
Hmm.
I'd see videos that I enjoyed from creators and how they put their own spin on things, and I would take inspiration from that, or whether I wanted to try recreating the video with my own little unique little touch to it. I took inspiration from a lot of people, but I think those are the main ones.
Yeah. And it's like you say, it's like taking them little pieces of inspiration and making them your own because, there's so many ASMR videos out there. I think I seen a stat like there was like, maybe this sounds too much, but maybe like 3 million ASMR videos on YouTube in 2018. And obviously there's been a lot more since. So it's hard to get that unique content, but as long as you can put your own spin on it and apply your own personality to it, then I think you're good to go. And I think you do a good job of that.
Thank you.
So, um, so yeah, I'm going to talk about the present a little bit. And like for this section, I kind of um, put your channel under the microscope for a little bit and kind of like
Oh, that's okay.
look at some stats. So the first thing I noticed was because I go back to the first video that's on there, and it might not have been your first video because you might have deleted them, which I'm sure you'll tell me if that's the case. But it looked like you hit the ground running. Your first video, I don't know if you know, that's on there has 170,000 views, which is obviously crazy for a first video. And obviously that number will have increased as you got bigger. Um, but yeah, what was the start? What was the start like for you? Was it crazy?
Um, it wasn't like exceptionally crazy. The first video, it's the one with the purple background, and I'm in the what is it, the orange sweatshirt. It's the mouth sounds, and
Hmm. Yeah,
I can't remember the title. I've rewatched little clips of it, and I cringe really hard looking at it. But but it's my first video. I don't want to delete it because that's where I started,
nope.
and I like seeing the progression and the growth, and I feel like deleting it would be,
Yeah, it's a
I don't know.
PCU at that point, right?
Yeah, I don't think it would.
It's
I don't think it would be very
memento is a
nice.
good word.
Exactly. I don't want to get rid of it, no matter how cringy it is, no matter how much better my content gets. I think it's important to have that there to just to remind myself of where I started, and it's kind of a kind of like a pat on the back, or like a it just it's motivation to keep going, and it's nice to see how I've improved and to look back on where I was, and I don't know, it's nice
Yeah,
to have to see that like linear
yeah, I love that.
progression.
Mhm.
Um, but after my first video, my first couple videos, the subscriber count it wasn't like crazy fast growth at first. It was nice. It was good. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't really remember how fast things started to take off. I think within the first couple of months, I had a couple thousand subscribers.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. And at the time, and even now looking back, I that's insane.
Yeah.
How just one or two videos that are good in a row, it can really help your channel like pick up, like
Did,
start, I guess.
yeah. Did you have any? Because I've seen this before in a lot of people's first videos. Did you have any creators that actually commented on that first video and showed support?
Um, I don't think any other ASMR
Really?
creators. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the comments on that video in a long time.
Hmm.
If there is, then oops. But
No,
at the
yeah.
off the top of my head, I can't remember. I don't think any creators commented on it.
Hmm.
I think it was just viewers.
Yeah. So like I said in the when I done like the intro for you, you obviously do a wide variety of, styles and genres of ASMR. And you've still found growth through that, which I think is, one of the um like one of the best achievements for you. Like, were you noticing any trends around certain styles in particular? Like, did you like see like, okay, this certain style is doing better than others, or was that just not a thing whatsoever? Because I think that's really testament to you, because people kind of find like a niche, right, and then they kind of like give everything to that niche, and that's how they grow their channel. But like looking at your videos, like they're all so different, and I think that's, yeah, like I said, that's a great thing about it, because that must be so hard to still find growth, and you obviously have. So well done for that. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
was there any trends that you picked up on early?
I don't think I didn't really pay attention to trends. I definitely paid attention to videos by really big creators like GB, Frivy, Glow that did really well. I know a lot of Glow's role plays do really, really well, but
Hmm.
I'm not very comfortable nor very confident in my abilities for role play, so I tend to stay away from those just because I feel very uncomfortable, and it definitely shows on camera. I've tried a few, and they are not my best.
Yeah, I was
Um,
I was also hesitant to do them for a while, and I still do them, and I cringe myself every time.
no, don't cringe. I like your role plays. Um, Yeah, no, I mainly paid attention to the videos that did really, really well on their channels, and uh, I would take inspiration from that, or if it was a video that like multiple people had done that was doing well, I'm like, okay, no, I have to try that.
Yeah.
Like that looks really cool. I might as well give it a shot. Um, One thing that I did notice that a lot of people kind of across the board tend to really enjoy. Actually, I want to take that statement back. I don't really want to generalize. A lot of people do like them though. Like the soft kisses, because I know that really works well for Frivy, and a lot of
Hmm.
people really like those.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if you're going to touch on this later, but I'm going to touch on it now.
Go for it.
The my I have one viral video, and that the viral
Oh no,
video.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
You,
sorry about that. I beat you
no,
to it. Um,
I'll bring it up again.
that um, that actually was a complete stroke of luck, complete accident. That it blew up because Frivy had uploaded a almost identical video on the exact same night that I uploaded mine. So
Oh wow.
everyone who watched Frivy's video was recommended mine, and that like skyrocketed the video. And I decided to film the soft and I think I don't remember the exact name. I think it was like soft and gentle kisses with hand movements. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, I didn't
But
write the. Yeah.
I picked up on the little trend that people kind of enjoyed, that the more intimate side of that. That's really as far as I'll go with like intimate ASMR. That's
Hmm.
all I'm comfortable with really. But I noticed that people tended to really like that, so I decided to try it, and it was just a stroke of luck that it
Yeah.
worked out the way that it did. That's
No,
really the only trend that I picked up on that I still enjoy and that I like to do.
I'm glad you got that moment of luck. But yeah, like you say, you make your own luck, and you decided to you know, like look at these other creators and think, you know, I can do that as well. So I think it's all you're doing as well. Um, yeah, and as you said, it's a bit more, that type of video is a bit more personal. I don't know what the word you used was. And I enjoy them, and it's why I actually put that type of content on my channel as well, because it's like, you know, I kind of said to myself, well, it's a bit hypocritical of me to, you know, enjoy them type of videos myself, but like not put them out there. And I do enjoy filming them as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like sitting there thinking this is horrendous. Um, but it's, yeah, it's something I like, and again, everyone just wants to feel loved, right? And it's just one of them things where you can just sit there and feel that love. And obviously that, you know, that can calm you down or help you relax or help you sleep. And I think that's amazing. And I have watched that video and it is really good. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah. So obviously your first video had 170,000 views, and then as I looked on, you know, you're hitting at least five figures every time. But then there's like 100K rambling video, 100K invisible scratch video, which is probably one of my favorite triggers of all time. So I love
Me
that.
too.
Then there's a 250,000 trigger assortment video, and they're all massive numbers, right? Like I can't even imagine actually putting a video out there that hits that. I think it took me like 6 months for one of my videos to hit 10,000 views. So that's, for those of you guys that don't know, that's such an accomplishment to reach some figures, and all different types of videos as well. Like I said, it's not one niche thing that's doing well. And then I actually wrote boom 1.7 million on this kissing video. And I think obviously you've touched on it, but you know, what was that like watching it blow up? And obviously when you uploaded it, you probably didn't expect that many people, right?
It was a complete shock and disbelief. Um, I had videos do well previously. Like there was kind of like a short period before that where I was getting a little bit of traction, a little bit more traction than before. And I also think that was partly due to quarantine and lockdown. People were at home, they had nothing to do. Minds were racing. The world was going to crap, essentially.
Yeah.
And people took a lot of comfort in ASMR, and as horrible as the lockdown, the initial lockdown and everything else has been, and as horrible as the pandemic is, it did help me and my channel a lot in that time. And so I don't want to say I was used to, but the previous few videos had had gained a little traction. So when I saw that it was doing better than that, I was like, no way, this is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kept going. And then I woke up the next day and my views had shot up from what they normally would have been. And I woke up and I checked YouTube Studio immediately, and I got like the biggest smile on my face. And
Did you check it? Like, is there a glitch?
yeah, I was like, what is this? And I went to YouTube and it showed the same number. And I was like, there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way this many people wanted to watch me. And then I went in and to see what my video was being recommended off of. And I saw Frivy, and I was like, oh, Frivy, I know you don't know me, but I love you even more. I was like, thank you. You just helped me so much, and you don't even know it. It was genuine shock and disbelief. I was ecstatic. That had never happened to me before, and it was kind of like my little 15 minutes of ASMR fame. Did
the subscriber count go like right up as well?
Oh my god, yeah.
Can you remember what the jump was?
I think from when I uploaded it till now, I think I've gained over 25,000 subscribers from that one video.
Wow.
It was huge. It was an insane jump. It was unbelievable. Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't really know what to do. I was just kind of watching the numbers grow, and every day like it hit a new record, and I was like, this can't even be real life. Like how is this normal for these big creators seeing all of these numbers? Like there's so many people.
There was a lot of comments as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comments, and it is also the weirdest comment section on my channel. I don't like to browse that comment section very
I
much.
can imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. Just don't talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. There were a lot of people who were making inappropriate comments. There were a few that I found inappropriate, like kind of icky, but also funny, and it gave me a really good opportunity to like say something back or like not be rude necessarily, but just kind of like
Just banter with
not
them.
yeah, just like joke around or like just not let people walk all over me in
Hmm.
the comments.
Yeah.
So if someone said something, I kind of like clap back a little bit, and people in the comment section they found that entertaining.
Good. Yeah. Nah, there's always some weird person. It's normally a guy in the comment section, just
Hmm.
being a weirdo.
Exactly. It's like, what's the point, bro? What's the point?
Yeah. Um, and obviously, like, I guess since that video blew up, your average views and stuff went up considerably. Like, could you feel that like shift in popularity in your channel?
Yeah, the changes they were apparent, and I definitely noticed a shift in the analytics. I definitely saw changes in those. Um, I saw the best numbers and the best analytics throughout the summer of 2020, through the pandemic and everything. And it's also I also feel like that's the case because I had all the free time. I didn't have to worry about school, so I was able to focus a lot more and put more of my time, energy, and effort into constantly uploading or creating multiple videos a week. So I think that also helped with my numbers.
Yeah.
But the video definitely helped, especially when with the videos directly after. I know those ones
I can.
had some nice numbers.
Yeah, because people
Um,
will be like, okay, I've seen this now. Like, what are you showing me next? And they'll be like eager to like watch that next video, right?
yeah, it was that thing. They're like, oh, I really like the last one. What's she gonna put out now? Is this one gonna be as good as the last one? And since I don't stick to exactly one style or one like little niche of ASMR, I like to just do whatever I feel like, and sometimes that's not great for numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But numbers aren't numbers as much as as much as people enjoy looking at numbers, and you know it's hard not to. It's really hard not
Yeah.
to look at the numbers.
Oh yeah.
I would rather I would rather create the videos that I like and create the videos that I enjoy making than stick to, you know, the same video over and over, or the same couple videos, just recreating them in
Yeah.
that same style. Like if I were to recreate my viral video every month or like every single week or
I've,
whatever,
I-
I think I would get sick of it so fast.
I've seen people do that as well. Um, and it makes it it makes sense why they do it, right?
Yeah, I
But
understand why.
it's like you've still got to be happy with what you're uploading. And I know you did
Hmm.
um an outdoor ASMR a couple of weeks ago, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. But obviously, the numbers weren't as there for that. But I guess you probably enjoyed filming it as well, and I guess that kind of outweighed the numbers, right?
Yeah, that day was awful. I was having a horrible day that day. Nothing was going right. The mental health was deteriorating from morning to night. Things were just not great. So that was the day I found out my Yeti broke.
Oh no.
It was not a great day. So right by my building, I think it's like a 10-minute drive. There is that little outdoor area with the lake and all the swans and the ducks and the geese and the squirrels and the little
It
chipmunks.
was really beautiful.
It was so nice, and it calmed me down so much. There's something about being by the water that's very, very therapeutic.
Hmm.
So that definitely helped. And
Yeah.
I
My
noticed
go.
oh, okay. There were more comments. There were a lot of comments on that one talking about like, oh, even though I'm not there at the lake with you, and I'm not there by the water, like I still feel what you're talking about. Like like it's very comforting. And even though it was very, very different from what I normally do, and even though my day started out as absolute trash, there was something good that came out of it. So I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, I love that for you. And I, I also done a video at the beach, and that's also my worst video. But it was it was special. Um, like that particular place was where me and my family scattered like my grandparents' ashes. So it's like it's a special place, and you kind of get more attached to them videos where it's something a bit different, but it means a bit more to you.
Yeah.
And obviously for you, you had a bad day that day, but that video kind of like turned it around for you,
Yeah.
and just being there. So I like the fact that you've done that. Um,
Thank you.
so yeah, like you said, you're still at uni. You said you're doing you're doing a master's, right?
I'm in my undergrad.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but obviously it's a lot of pressure within itself, and there's obviously a lot of struggle there. So like with that, and obviously your personal life and ASMR, how do how do you manage all that, and what kind of things do you implement to try and stay on top of it? Do you have any techniques, any like organizational things that you do to like manage it all?
I've always had a very strong work ethic, and I've always been really, really good at time management. Even in high school, like I had to-do lists. I had everything listed out what I needed to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that really helped me, especially in first year and second year and third year too. I've on a little notepad every single week. I write out the week, the school year, and every single course code. I have everything I need to do and the date it needs to be done by. And every single day, I tell myself, this is the day you tackle this, this, and this. And it's the same for every week. I keep it very consistent. I need a schedule or I crumble to pieces. I
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic, the first lockdown was not good for me in that
No.
sense. I had absolutely no structure to my life and it was horrible. But I thrive off of structure and schedule. So I try and keep a not necessarily strict schedule, but I like planning my days out. So I know what I have to do. I know I don't have to stress about missing anything or having anything be late or anything like that. So that's really helped me stay on top of things. I have a dedicated day for filming. I almost can never film on any other day. I don't know why. I guess it's just I built the habit. Um, yeah, and more on the stress side. There's I started working out every day for 20 minutes to help decrease the stress levels. My aunt decided to become a personal trainer over
Oh, wow.
quarantine, so she does these Zoom high intensity interval training workouts Monday through Friday. So 20 minutes every single day. I make the time and I show up and I do my little workout,
It's
which
so
helps
important.
me
Yeah.
is it's helped me a lot and it's made me feel a lot better. And then every single night, I've never told anyone on YouTube this or anything. I've tended to keep this a little
Or
more like
spicy
just
info.
to this is a little spicy info.
Yeah.
Um, so in Ontario, cannabis is legal. It's perfectly fine if you're over the age of 19. It's the same as alcohol here.
Mm-hmm.
So it that's also really helped me with stress and things like that. It's I know it's not for everyone and everyone has a different effect and reaction to it, but it's really helped me mentally, especially if I'm having a bad day, just at night to calm down, get everything off of my mind.
Yeah.
And that also helps put me to sleep. Let me tell you, you will have an amazing sleep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think it's like one of them things where if it works for you, then like great, and like if someone's got a problem with
Exactly.
it, then that's their problem. Like you've got a problem at that point.
Exactly. It's
And
not for everyone, and that's okay. Just
yeah,
don't judge other people for it. It doesn't
exactly.
affect you. It's okay.
And I seen a lot of creators actually post about it on Tuesday because obviously it was
420.
420. Yeah, it's not legal
Mhm.
in the UK, so I've never done it. Not to say that I wouldn't. Um, yeah, but it's kind of one of them things. Like I'd try it once and see how it went. But like I say, if that's a good thing to help you cope with um mental health stuff, then like just go for it. Honestly, yeah. Um,
It's not
and
hurting you or anyone else, then I don't
yeah,
really see a problem, you know?
um, and I think going back to how you kind of juggle everything, you've obviously got some great structures there in place. Kind of like having a designated filming day. I love that. Um, I try to be organized, and I'm pretty organized, but I definitely could be better. So yeah, kind of envious a little bit there, but um, yeah. So we've talked a lot about ASMR, but when you're not studying or making ASMR videos or listening to ASMR, what is Shy doing?
Very good question.
Nothing.
I try
I'm
oh,
sleeping.
pretty much. I'm either studying, watching ASMR, making ASMR, or sleeping, or I'm visiting my mom or my family or my boyfriend. I don't have a very exciting schedule, really. I spend all of my time doing the things that I need to do, and the days that are left over are whatever can fit in, essentially. And since it's exam season and we're in like a whole stay at home order here in Ontario, Ontario has not handled the pandemic very well.
Hmm.
But that's a different topic. Um, but I can't really see anyone because this I am going to touch on the pandemic one more time. I know I just said that's a different topic, but this is juicy. Um, our premier, he decided that giving police the authority to randomly pull people over and stop people on the street if they're out of their house was a good idea, and asked, like, he gave them permission. He took it back after a little bit, but initially he gave police permission to pull people over and stop people on the side of the road and ask them why they were out of their house, where they were going, if their trip was essential, and if they didn't like the answer, you were fined $750.
Wow.
So I was a little scared to leave my house for a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to be paying that, do you?
It's like, no, that's so much money. So
Yeah, they kind of done a similar thing here, but it doesn't sound as serious as what it was there.
yeah, I think the reason he took it back was because that is giving me very much stop and frisk vibes. Not great from a racial perspective, especially if there's some not nice police officers out there. That could cause a lot of problems. So I think that was the main reason he took it back. I'm not entirely sure though, but that's the first thing that comes into mind.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck at my apartment for a little bit.
No, that sucks. Yeah, I did want to touch on a little bit because I think you mentioned it to me quite recently that you started to watch a bit of anime, right?
The most recent anime that I've watched was Parasite. That was really really good. And my I think the first anime that I watched was like the classic Avatar. Um,
Oh, well,
I watched that.
technically, if we're getting very technical about it, that is not an anime because
It's, a,
it's American produced, so it's just a cartoon.
it's an animation. That was like the gateway. It says animation, so
Yeah.
I'm lumping it into my little anime category because that was kind of it was what brought me into anime. If we're talking like not
No,
American,
no,
then
that's
that like
fair.
drastically reduces the amount of animes
I
that I've
just
watched.
I just had to say it because there'd be some guy in the comments who would have said it anyway, so I'd just beat him to it.
That's
Uh,
all right.
but that
Um,
that series is legendary, and it's probably the best westernized cartoon that I can think of, in my opinion. And it is a
it's
good
really good.
it is a good gateway show to anime.
And then after Avatar, there's 2 out of the 4 seasons of what was it? Legend of
Korra.
Korra. There we go. Yeah, I almost said Katara. I was like, that's not the right one.
No, Katara's the
Um,
main girl from the first one. Yeah,
from the Water Tribe. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was Avatar, and then Legend of Korra, and then I don't really remember a lot of the other ones. There's Parasite. Um,
I mean things like Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball. Like as a kid, you watch them and enjoy them, but you didn't know they were anime at the time. Like you didn't know they were Japanese produced.
I
Um,
actually didn't watch those when I was a
I
kid.
never watched any of them.
I collected Pokemon cards. I had a massive, massive stack of them. But and I'd play with my cousins. I have a big I think I have like 6 cousins on my mom's side.
Wow.
So we would just play Pokemon together. We collect and trade Pokemon cards. It was a fun little time.
I
But
know. Yeah, it was. That was a good time.
yeah, back to the simple days.
Yeah, nothing else mattered apart from your binder of your Pokemon cards and your shiny Charizard or Zapdos. Like they're the ones that stick in my mind.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, you've watched Parasite now. Is that like the first?
Parasite.
That's the first proper one you've seen.
I off the top of my head, I think so. Um, I started watching Baki, and what's another one that I'm watching? I think it's called Bleach.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Bleach
so
is
I'm watching that one,
a
and it
big
looks
one.
really good.
Yeah,
It's
how far into are you?
I don't think I've passed the first season.
Okay.
But I'm well into the first season, and I really like it.
Yeah,
I
it's.
think the next anime that I want to watch is like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I
Oh really?
just
I've never seen that one.
yeah.
It doesn't appeal to me. The art
Yeah, I
style's
was
weird.
told by a friend that he was like, "Oh, I think you'd really like it," and I was like, "All right," but Bleach looked a little bit better, so I decided to watch that
Oh,
first.
yeah, you've done the right thing there. And I think JoJo's is more like comedy and kind of like more skits, like that type of thing. Like there's action to it, but it doesn't take itself seriously. So if that sounds good to you, then watch that. But Bleach is your stereotypical, fighting anime. Lots of good fight scenes. Lots of like
Mhm.
just like watching the main character. If you like watching like main characters like go from like literally nothing to like this god, then like that's what happens with Bleach, right? Like he gets so strong. And yeah, if you like watching him just take down bad guys and stuff like that, like yeah, Bleach is the one. And if you do enjoy Bleach, then I would recommend probably Naruto or One Piece next. Now I know One Piece is a commitment because it's like 1,000 episodes, but they're only 20 minutes long, and everyone just completely shuts One Piece down because of that fact. And I don't know anyone that's started One Piece that hasn't watched it all the way through and absolutely fell in love with it because
Okay.
it's my favorite series. But yeah, but Bleach is a good one. I'm yet to finish it myself. I'm like 2/3 of the way through.
Okay.
But yeah, if you need any anime recommendations, let me know.
Okay, will do.
But Parasite it's weird, right? It's like
Yeah,
all the people like mutating and stuff like that, and yeah,
I was turned away from it for a while because it said it was a horror anime, and I was like, I can't see myself liking that. And I think it was the main, like the title page picture type thing, like the main screen that you see on Netflix when
like
you
the
go and look at
thumbnail.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the thumbnail. I don't know why that was so hard for me to think of. Thank you.
Fine.
But I saw the thumbnail, and it was that woman with like her face like kind of like Scream-esque type
Yeah.
thing. And I was like, that doesn't look appealing to me. So I was turned away from it. But I was really bored, and I was like, I need a new show. I can't keep watching the same shows over and over. I do that so much. With animations, Western animations, they're very comforting. I tend to watch the same shows multiple times, over and over and over and over and over again. And I was like, no, I can't keep watching them. I'm gonna get sick of them. I need something new. And I was just like, no, screw it, Parasite. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, then I'll know almost instantly. And I loved it. I wish there was more than one season.
Yeah. I think it was it like 24 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, 24
Um,
episodes.
yeah, and even the intro theme is so good as well. I don't know if you enjoyed it,
I
but I love
I
an anime intro.
I tend to skip all
Oh
intros.
no!
Yeah.
So you never even watched it once?
I've seen like the first clip, but I get impatient. I'm like, I want to know what happens, so I click
Yeah.
skip intro.
No, I know what you mean, but yeah, like I think I have like a whole playlist of like just songs that are like anime intros because they're so good. But yeah, enough about me. So yeah, so basically, when you're not studying or doing something with ASMR, you're trying to see your family and friends, or you may be watching some anime or some TV programs on Netflix.
Yeah.
I guess to round this section off, would you have any tips for people that are thinking about starting their own channel?
I think the biggest one is just go for it. If you're nervous that people that might not go over well, or people might think that you're a little bit odd, that doesn't really matter. That was the biggest thing that stopped me for a very long time. I I don't know, I care a lot about what other people think of me, and that's not a good thing to constantly dwell on. It can hold you back from a lot of things if you're constantly worrying about how you appeal to others, or
Yeah,
what others think of you, or do they think I'm weird or not? Like, what are like how does this reflect on myself? That doesn't really matter when it comes to doing something that you're passionate about. If you like it or you want to try something, go for it, because if you don't try it, you never know what could have happened. Like,
yeah,
I would have missed out on so much if I decided to make my original video private and delete my channel. I would have missed out on so much, and a huge part of my life would have been gone instantly. And it doesn't matter the equipment that you have either. Like, I started out filming on my phone with this
yeah,
exact headset.
and it looks and sounds fine.
Yeah, like, I for a first video, I don't think it turned out terrible. Like, I could have done a lot worse
No,
than
yeah,
than what I did.
um,
So, if that's what's stopping people, that's trivial. That's okay. You
y-
don't have to worry about that. Just do what you like, and the right crowd will come to you. I know that's cliché, but it is true.
hmm yeah, and I had Evie on for the second episode. And I don't know if you watch her videos, but like I think pretty much 90% of the time she films just with her phone as well. And it's just like her outside, like tapping and scratching on things. And she's her channel's really big and really does well. And I think that just shows you that you can literally just do ASMR with the phone. And it can be good and people can enjoy it. And as long as you enjoy it,
Right.
like Shai said, then that's the main thing.
Mhm.
Um, okay. So we're going to close off the podcast by talking about the future. So if you can share, do you have any future like projects in the works that you're planning to do that you've maybe done but you haven't released yet? Anything like collabs, or do you have your own Patreon and stuff, or do you plan to start that up?
Um, I am kind of limited in what I can do right now, just because I do have one more year left.
Yeah.
And my room is very, very tiny in my student apartment. There's not a lot of space. Like, I have a desk, and that's it. Like, there's no other place really for me to set up tripods and like lights and everything. Like, literally just have a tiny little lamp and a ring light that you can see the reflection in my glasses. I try and make do, but it's really hard to expand and do the things that I envision myself doing now. I gotta wait a little bit longer for that, and I've thought about Patreon for a little bit, but I don't feel comfortable making one just yet, just because once my last year starts, I don't know if I'll be able to
It's
commit to keep it up and be able to create and upload the set amount of videos that people are expecting,
mhm.
while still getting good grades and making YouTube videos and whatever else I have to do in
Yeah.
my life. So I think
So much.
after I get that degree, then there will be more avenues opening up for me, YouTube wise. But I feel like I'm kind of like forcefully stagnant at the moment,
And
which
yeah, I hope you.
it stays on my head. Sorry, I keep talking over you.
No,
It
no,
stays on my mind a lot.
it's me trying to like time it right to like put in and failing most of the time. Yeah, and I hope you're not beating yourself up too much about that, because it is important to, put yourself first in this situation, right? And just kind of like put the channel on a back burner while you kind of make sure you cross the line with this degree. Um, and like as you say, like it is such a weight off your shoulders once it's finished, and you'll probably think I'm going to do all this stuff at first, but it's like it's kind of just nice to just enjoy that free time, I would say, at first. And you'll probably find this out, but yeah, and then you'll have this freedom to do Patreon and stuff like that. And I have no doubts that you'll be successful with it. In terms of the channel though, do you kind of just is there anything different that you want to try in terms of like styles and genres of videos, or it's just kind of more the same, like what you kind of just want to put out and like what's already on there, or do you plan to do anything a little bit different that's not shy ASMR?
Um, I want to get better. I want to improve at improv and my comfort levels with role plays, because there's so many it's very popular, and I know so many people like that, and I've had people ask me for role plays, but I'm not confident in my abilities yet, so
Hmm.
I don't want to create a video that I don't like,
Yeah.
and upload it just because that's what people want. I want to make sure that I enjoy it too. So if I could work a little bit more and improve on my improv and my character building skills, then maybe I'll try doing different kinds of role plays in the future. And once again, this is going to be after I graduate and am out of this tiny little box of a room. But
Hmm.
I want to get like a good computer, like maybe a PC or just something, and get a different editing software.
Yeah. What do you
Really
use?
like
What do you use at the minute?
I I have a MacBook, so I make all of my videos with iMovie,
iMovie. Hmm.
and it's being a student and trying to put money into production.
It's
It's
hard.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. So I make do with what I have, and so far iMovie has done the trick for me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And it leads back to like one of them things where it's like, oh, but I can't start my own channel unless I have X, Y, Z. But you literally don't, like, I'm pretty sure iMovie's free, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. There's editing software that you can get on your phone that'll edit the videos on your phone, as well. So again, I wouldn't worry about if equipment or money is stopping you from starting. Um, but yeah, I hope when you do have the time and you are out, you do invest in yourself, because I think you could go obviously really far and just keep getting better, and just
Thank you.
um kind of building on the thing, the special thing that you've already created. So I'll be supporting you anyway.
Thank you.
Um and yeah, the other thing I wrote down is like, you know again, it's like one of these things where not until you finish the degree, but like, is there any other types of content that you have in mind that you want to do? Maybe like a vlog? Do you want to stream anything like that?
I've thought about streaming. I don't know if I'll follow through with it.
I think it'd be
But it
good.
Thank you. But it is a thought that's like just it's in the back burner of my head. Like, oh, maybe it's surrounded by a bunch of what ifs, or oh, like I'll be able to do it once I finish this. Like it's very conditional.
Hmm.
Um, but the thought's there, and if I once I graduate and am in a place of my own, and I've built a little PC, or however things are gonna go, if that's what happens, then I'll put my all into it and see where it goes. It's a possibility,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Everything's very conditional right now until I graduate, which is unfortunate for the part of me that loves planning and structuring.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I think that's
so
the right thing to do, though.
my brain's very chaotic when it comes to the possibilities for my channel and for just other possible avenues that I could go down, ASMR wise. It's very chaotic. I don't have a set plan for anything because everything depends on
On
everything else
finish.
in my life at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a unfortunately, and at times it can be a very big source of stress.
Yeah, no, I completely relate to that. Obviously, I didn't have my channel when I was studying. So I finished in end of 2019. But it's like, I can kind of relate to some of the things you're saying. It's like, okay, that sounds good, but I'll do it when I finish, and I'll put it on the back burner. And it's like, oh, that sounds good again, but I'll come back to that when I finish. And like one of the main ones is like uh, learning Japanese is something that I really wanted to do.
It's
Um,
interesting.
Yeah, and I tried to start it during the degree, and it was just too much. Like you have to dedicate so much time, and trying to
Mhm.
learn that on top of what I was learning for my degree was just not achievable. So I just put that on the back burner. I was like, okay, that's something I'll pick up once I've finished, and I haven't yet, but it's you're never too young to do anything, right? So it's
Exactly.
it's definitely something I want to go back to. But I wanted to ask, if you were to stream, would it just be streaming ASMR, or would you like to stream video games as well? And if you would like to stream video games, what type of video games would you play, or any specific games that you would like love to stream?
Sure. If I were to stream, ASMR would definitely be a like a large part of it.
Yeah,
Very comfortable with that. It's very familiar to me. I also tend to stay in my comfort zone. I think that's a little setback with me, and that kind of stops me from trying new things or being open to trying new things. I'm very comfortable in my bubble, and I like staying there. Um, so ASMR would definitely be the first thing I would start off with if I were to stream.
yeah,
Uh, but I don't think I would be like not open to streaming other things like video games or whatnot. Um, it would definitely be the type of thing where I would want to play for a little while on my own so I could
you,
like build up a skill build up a
yeah.
skill so I'm not going in there blind.
No, I get that. I would do the similar thing. Do you watch any Twitch ASMR streamers? Do you go on there for like
No,
no? Because there is a community there. I actually only know one person actually pretty well from it. Trolley Dolly Bell. I don't know if you know her
no,
or
I'm not
seen.
familiar.
Yeah, but it's weird. Like it's live ASMR, right? Like you can kind of like talk to the creator in real time. Like I think it's
Okay.
I think it's a good avenue to go down if you're like looking to expand, um, things as a creator. Um, and and I think it'd be something that you'd be good at. Um, but I love the whole like streaming side of things because you can get more personal, right? And it's you can someone might come into the chat and gift you some subs and be like, oh, could you do like a trigger word of my name? And they could kind of do it like live. I love that aspect of it as well. And obviously there's negatives that comes with doing stuff like that, but um, yeah, I maybe need to get an ASMR
Mhm.
Twitch streamer on the podcast in the future and pick
Yeah, I think
pick
you just might have to.
and pick their brain a little bit more. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the ultimate goals of the channel. Do you have any ultimate goals, any figures you want to hit? And I guess the other side of that is, um, if you could be a full time ASMR content creator, and obviously be okay like financially, and you'd be stable doing that, would that be something that you pursue and you'd be happy doing for the rest of your life? Or
Uh, okay, well, to answer the first part of the question about the goals for my channel, the most immediate one that I have, I would love to hit 100,000 and get the
so
little silver play button because,
yeah,
dude, I've wanted it since I was 12. I am getting so close. I know I'm only at 76, but like that's pretty close compared to where I was when I
yeah,
started.
yeah, yeah, and
So
and,
I
and
can I can feel it in my grasp. I'm like, you're so close.
yeah,
What maybe when school ends after exams, when summer comes, maybe you can pump out videos and you can get it. Maybe, just maybe. So that's
you will.
that would literally make my inner child like so happy. Like little baby Shy would Extreme. If you told me at 12 years old that there's a possibility of you getting a silver play button, I would have laughed. I would have laughed at you. But it might happen now. So that's the goal that I want to hit
Hmm.
first and foremost. And then
Yeah.
anything else after that is literally just phenomenal. A bonus, like something out of my wildest dreams.
Hmm.
Um, the silver play button is definitely a goal of mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got so invested in that. What was the second part?
No, it's fine. I think I'd be the same in your situation. Um, I was just asking, if you were kind of if your channel kind of got to a point where you could do it full time and you were fine like financially and you were stable, like would that be something that you would be happy to do full time, like going forward as an adult, like a full time ASMR creator, or is it always just going to be a part time thing for you?
Um, I think that well, if I was financially stable and it was attainable to be a full-time creator, I think that would be really, really cool and I would enjoy doing that. I don't know if I would strictly have that one stream of income, maybe getting like a part-time job or doing something else that I enjoy
Hmm.
would be fun, but I think I would be okay if I was a full-time creator and that was my job. Because if you love what you do, then like everything's gonna be okay,
You
you
never
know?
you never work a day in your life if you love what you're doing.
Exactly. Exactly. If you love what you do, you're never gonna work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest fears is getting trapped in a job I don't like, and I don't want to spend so many years trapped in something that's going to make me just not enjoy anything. That's a really big fear of mine.
Hmm.
So if the cards are in my favor and it is a possibility, I think I would really really enjoy it.
Yeah. And if you didn't go full time with this, what type of other jobs out there would you love to see yourself doing?
Oh well, that is a rabbit hole of a question.
Just
Um,
just just give me yeah, yeah, just give me a basic answer.
basic answer is I have no clue.
No idea.
I absolutely no idea. Tiny little backstory. I wanted to go to law school for a couple of years now, actually, but I got an LSAT prep book for Christmas. In like 2020 Christmas. Sent me into I had my first ever panic attack looking at it. It was awful. It sent me into a identity crisis
Wow.
episode, whatever you want to call it, for like 2 weeks. And part of my identity just kind of like withered away and floated elsewhere. So it kind of left a little hole. And
A little
I
scar
have
there. Yeah.
yeah, a tiny little scar. Because I built a lot of myself around the aspiration of going to law school and eventually being a lawyer one day. And now that that possibility, I know that like I can still always do it if I really want to, but I don't know if I want to do that now, and I don't know if there's any other profession that I want to do. Like
Hmm.
as of right now, like I'd love to work in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
That's actually what I want to do. What I want to do this summer. I'm applying to some local dispensaries and whatnot. Because that seems like a very chill place to be, but I don't know if I would want to do that.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I would want to do that all the time. Like I wanted to do with being a lawyer, and a lot of being a lawyer like tied into um like the enjoyment and the fulfillment you get of helping people.
Hmm.
So now that that's gone, I don't really know. I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And
I
that's kind of stressful.
I think it's like no, I think it's healthy that you've kind of like looked at that and thought, maybe it isn't for me, and it
Hmm.
might be too much for me in terms in regards to the whole law side of things. Um, and it's okay to have a change of heart or a change of mind, and I think that's healthy. And I think it's also good that you don't have a specific thing that you want to do, and sometimes life will just take guide you by the hand and take you where you're meant to be. Um, but it sounds like you've got your head screwed on anyway. And in terms of ASMR, obviously you're very successful on this side of things, so well done for that. But with
Thank
that
you.
being said, we're going to close the podcast out there. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to CHEY for coming on and speaking and taking the time out of your day, because I know how precious time is. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, it's so good, and I love filming these. But yes, if you're still watching at this point, please check out the video description and the top comment, because it will have the links to CHEY's channel and her social media pages in there, so you can check her out and discover her content for yourself, and just connect with her more on social media. So please do that. She's an amazing creator. Like I said, she does a wide variety of different styles and videos. So I'm definitely sure that there's something that you'll find there that you'll enjoy. So first and foremost, please make sure that you check her out. And yeah, again, if this is your first time watching, this is a weekly podcast series. So there'll be a new creator on next week. And obviously this is the 4th episode. So if you've enjoyed this, please make sure you check out the other 3. Some of the episodes are soft spoken like this one. Some of them are whispered. And it'll just depend on what the creator is comfortable with at the time. So it'll change, but hopefully both are very relaxing, and it keeps it different at the same time. The only other thing is, if you liked the podcast, please hit that like button. Comment down below what you thought. If you have any constructive criticism for me or feedback for me or the podcast, please let me know, because that really helps. I'm sure if you have any questions for CHEY, then also put them down below, and she might get to them, she might not. That's okay. Put them down there anyway. And subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I make normal ASMR videos on a Monday and a Friday, and this podcast on a Wednesday. So if you don't want to miss those, make sure you're subscribed. And when you are subscribed, please hit that bell icon and select all to get a notification every time a new podcast or ASMR video goes live, so you don't miss out. But yes, this has been the Wiretap Whisper Podcast, episode 4, and I hope you enjoyed me and the lovely CHEY's company. So again, thank you very much, CHEY, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.